Quarterback starting for a different team in week 1 because we're way over.
I'm going to go Sam Darnold right off the bat. Okay, I'm going to go Sam Darnold because I like what I just said. I mean, everything we've talked about with the draft, everything there. I mean, I'm in love with Zach Wilson. I don't know how the Jets feel about it or whatever, but I'm going to play that they take Zach Wilson and trade Sam Darnold to somebody. So I'm going to go Sam Darnold.
Yeah, man, it's week 1. I would say Deshaun Watson. But week 1, I don't know that this is going to – I'm still going to say Deshaun Watson. I'm still going to say they're going to realize. Wisdom is going to show up. It may take a little while, but I think before – because they're going to need a quarterback. If he's going to skip games, they're going to have another plan, or this year is going to be a disaster for the Texans. So I'll go Deshaun Watson.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to go – I'm just going to connect the dots to what I just said. And now I'm going to go to Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, yeah, I mean – the Jets take Zach Wilson. I think there's a good chance with the fact that it's Mike LaFleur and Robert Saleh that Sam Darnold could go to the 49ers, right? So I'm going to say Garoppolo now is a new starter somewhere else at some point during the year. And I don't know if that involves a 3-team trade or just a separate trade altogether, but I'll go Jimmy Garoppolo as my second pick here. And I have no inside info or any crap about that, okay? We're doing a draft, and there we go.
I just don't know who else would make Garoppolo their starter other than the Patriots. I think
maybe the Houston Texans.
Well, maybe. And my next one's going to be Cam Newton because I agree with his assessment that there aren't 32 quarterbacks out there better than him. So ipso facto, he'll be starting for someone other than oh, boy. Now, I think if he's got a chance of starting for the Patriots. So I'm going out on a limb here to say Cam Newton, but I think one way or another, he's going to be starting for somebody this year.
Yeah, I hear you there. I mean, Cam's on my list, too. I expect him to be with the Patriots. I do, but, yeah, I hear you. I think there's still a chance that could be somewhere else as well, and I agree with what he said, too. My last one, I'm going to go with Russell Wilson. I'm going to take it. I don't know. Again, I know the chances. This is a fun draft. The chances are probably slim. I don't know. But I do know that it's over in Seattle. So maybe at some point they just go, well, okay, we know it's over next year, so let's just get it over with right now and move on and start building for the future.
I'm going to go with my last pick to Jameis Winston because, again, there are so many unsettled quarterback situations out there. And I think that it would be not all that difficult for a team that's in need of a quarterback to convince itself that they can get the good out of Jameis and minimize the bad. And Sean Payton praising the guy, and if he decides, well, you know what, Taysom Hill has at least an inside track, and the Saints don't have the money to pay me, I'm a free agent, someone else is offering me more, who knows? I mean, if the Seahawks move on from Russell Wilson, they need a starting quarterback. And I'm not saying they would rush to Jameis, but at least he'd be on the list. This idea that the Seahawks can only trade Russell Wilson to a team that would trade a quarterback back to them is it's a little bit goofy because there are other ways to fill your need. You can't just say, well, we're only going to trade him to a team that has a quarterback that we want. Well, then you're never going to trade him. So I just think there'll be an opportunity for Jameis out there somewhere.
Yeah, there could be. I know. I mean, I thought about Taysom Hill just because of that aspect and maybe something like that, Tua was on my list as well as a guy that maybe he's somewhere else. If the Miami Dolphins do get Deshaun Watson, maybe Tua ends up in Houston. So all possibilities. It's a fascinating year as far as the quarterback's concerned. I'm excited to see where it all goes and flushes out here over the next 5-6 weeks.
I thought about Drew Lock too, but I don't know where he would be the starter next year.
Right.
It's just amazing how that star has kind of fallen for him.
Yep. No, it's he would scare me to trade for. That's to be a starter. Definitely. There's some talent there. We know that, but as we discussed during the year, it's just too loose, too many overly aggressive decisions and doing things like that. It's a big year for Drew Lock. If he's still the guy in Denver, he's going to really have to hone it in and play smarter football if he wants to survive as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
And the other thing to remember, there could be 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 rookies who get plugged into the lineup right away somewhere, which would take spots away from veterans. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.